Okay. Let me introduce this video by saying, please listen with an open mind before making false assumptions about this person. God bless each of you for taking time to listen or translating this historic speech. Recorded by Elijah alias James.
If we attempt to communicate an inaccurate reflection of reality, denying the truth as we know it to be, or seek to confuse the minds of others with any form of falsehood, then we have broken the law of God. Most problems on earth can be traced to the heart of a liar. We cannot succeed in loving our enemies in the spirit of Christ while we are destroying them with our deceptions. And we cannot show pure love for our friends when we are heaping undeserved praise or admiration upon them. God is truth, and He is all that we have to sustain us in the highest echelons of human interaction, whether personal or worldwide. Therefore, let us heed this commandment: Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. When is the last time you told a lie? Did you feel the back of your neck get warm or feel your heart sink? Even your face will sense the flush of deception when your tongue conforms to the evil in your mind. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. What havoc have you wreaked in the lives of others, spreading vicious stories based on your own imagination, causing others to form false opinions of the victims you slander, bringing discord to their lives and reproach without defense? Have you been building yourself up while tearing down others? Is your tongue demon possessed? Let the people of this world take a lesson from the three novelty monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. There was a man who left his small country home in Tennessee to travel to places he had never been. He was overjoyed on the day of his departure for the prospects of adventure. His first stop in the journey was in Mexico. He met a stranger there robed in sackcloth with tired eyes peering out of a wrinkled face. The old man spoke first. The man from Tennessee, not understanding the language, merely smiled and continued on his journey. It was somewhere in Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, or maybe it was Paraguay, Chile, or Argentina, where a bearded man was resting under a tree on the side of the road. Can you tell me what it is like to live in a place like this? The man from Tennessee asked. The bearded man said, Sashiroko Masaya. Not understanding his language, the traveler traveled on. The days, weeks, and years took their toll. The man from Tennessee had walked thousands of miles on land and had crossed thousands of miles over water. The further he traveled, the more he became aware of his desire to break the language barrier. In Africa, a stranger said, Sashundaro Sipo, and he understood not. In Europe, a stranger said, Janjurus Masashoko Yapata, and he understood not. In Asia, a stranger said, Sil Masich Pero Sipero Pumba, and another stranger said, Chandurus Birokat, and he understood not. In the many lands, many strangers said, Sanchoro Sepio, and Piero Colado Sashando, and Jiru Sipatshirokuyapa. Yet the man from Tennessee heard them not. By this time, the traveler decided to return to his country home. He could not decide why the people of France, Germany, Spain, Italy, and Greece were different than the people of Turkey, Jordan, Japan, China, Israel, or the Philippines. The memories of the places he had seen and the strangers he had tried to understand left him feeling curious. The children in Portugal seemed to smile like those in Egypt, India, Syria, and Russia. The children in Australia, Alaska, Honduras, Cuba, and Puerto Rico seemed to cry like those in Ireland, Lebanon, Iraq, Pakistan, and America. Why then were there so many differences? Why were these nations so divided? Why couldn't he understand even when they tried to speak his language? People are people, he told himself, and anyone who would listen. People are people, he said to strangers along the way, on his way back home. People are no better or no worse than the ideals that guide their words or actions, he mumbled. It matters not which land a person calls home, this land where they are born, this land with unique languages, customs, and interesting people. The man from Tennessee had grown wiser, more tolerant of others, more willing to accept differences in others, more patient with those who do not share his language. It was a cold, gray morning in Nashville. A lone figure was moving along the back streets through the still, empty streets leading to his cottage only a few miles away. His clothes were tattered, with a hat pulled low, casting shadows over deep-set eyes, a bronzed, wrinkled face beneath a thick, grisly white beard. His shoes were worn thin, held together with string and cardboard. The closer he got to home, the more he realized how much things had changed. There were houses missing, some with only grass in their place and others ashes. He saw his old school. It seemed smaller. There was construction equipment at the end of the playground. Progress, he mumbled. The traveler who had grown old during his journey was feeling more anxious for comfort as he drew closer home. The first time he had felt tired anywhere in the world. Why, he wondered, why do I feel so old? Should I not be overcome with joy to be here in this place of my birth? Hey, look at that wino, he heard a voice say. He turned to see three young men behind him. He ignored them and continued walking. Suddenly, he felt a hand on his shoulder, and then pain when a heavy boot hit his leg, causing him to stumble and fall. They stood over him, laughing, spitting, warning him to stay away from their neighborhood. They left him laying on the ground. God, what kind of monsters have these children grown up to be? He wondered, rising to his feet, brushing dirt off dirty clothes. Is this the way they treat strangers in Nashville? Have I been gone that long? Have they not learned it is wrong to judge a person falsely? Do they not care to hear stories I could tell? Do they not feel a sense of curiosity for those things I carry in my heart? Have they no respect for memories I hold in my mind? Have I been gone that long, God? Oh, you poor, ignorant, loose-tongued, backstabbing, double-dealing, blind and bigoted people, who are you to judge another by your limited knowledge? What right have you to make hasty observations, to make hasty decisions in regard to others? What right do you have to malign the reputations of your neighbors? Have you taken time to communicate? Do you really know how they feel or what they think about you? Have you ever tried walking in their shoes? Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Do you really know your neighbor? Do you really know how much your evil words hurt your neighbor? Do you justify sin by saying, I did not tell a lie. Everything I said about my neighbor is true. Has your tongue been wagging like rope dangling in the wind? Have you been telling itching ears the good things or the bad things about others? That's right. Turn the radio off, you self-righteous, two-faced gossiping troublemaker. You know what you are, and now you know that I know. God told me you were out there. God has been listening to your whispers. Why don't you take a trip around the world? Maybe you would learn how to evaluate humanity. Maybe you would learn there are no two people alike. Everyone is unique. There is not one to be found like you. Thank God. Oh, Father in heaven, give me a new world where ignorant people will be given a free education. Let it start in Tennessee. Father, give them new books filled with your wisdom, new ways of discovering your eternal reality. Make the promise of an education the highest priority, with new opportunities to learn the mysteries of life. Let the students enjoy the comfort of luxurious classrooms, free rooms, free food, free clothing, and free recreation. Make education a joy to experience. Father, let these people understand the intelligence of your ways so they will gladly obey all your commandments. Father, let your kingdom come so it will be on earth like it is in heaven. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Over the backyard fence, over a telephone wire, in the hallways of your business, church, social clubs, or schools. Keep your mouth shut if you can't speak a good report. Keep your mouth shut if you can't speak truth. It would be better for you to cut out your tongue than to bear false witness against another. This sin will earn you a place with the goats just as surely as murder, rape, or robbery. Sin is sin. God is listening. Jesus once said, the sheep hear my voice. I wonder, have you heard? Do you understand these words? Do you really know him? Many there are standing at the door knocking. The door is open. Walk in, sit down, and let us be friends. If I say, Maraso Shero Kodiaramba, would you understand? Yet I leave my door open for you to come and go as you will. Whose voice are you listening to today? The evil tales of a liar or the still small voice of God deep within? If you are my friend, speak of me with kindness. Speak of your neighbor with kindness. Speak of yourself with kindness. Cruel words will not be spoken in my house or in my Father's house. Heaven is reserved only for those who speak of truth, love, and beauty. There is much to be said and much to be done before the Master comes. Blessed are they who serve the Lord.
Do a Google search for code-c-club.com. Do it.